Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every one of you guys put some motherfucking Coach K full court pressure on that like button. And please be sure to hit that notification bell and sub to my channel so you could be notified each and every time I upload a video or go live on my YouTube channel. And once again, this is your boy, your homie, the one and only E Thriller. Welcome back. Now, I'm just going to give y'all some time to get up in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's coming into this video. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in or out. It really doesn't matter to me. I really appreciate your love and support. I really do. I'm going to give y'all some time because I know YouTube be late on them notifications, man. But we got a lot to talk about, man. It's a jam-packed show today. I feel pretty good. I hope you guys are feeling blessed. You understand what I'm saying? It's Monday. We're going to kick the week off right. I just got off work. I'm feeling good. Feel like I'm looking good. You understand what I'm saying? We got some great news in the sport of boxing today, in my honest opinion. But I'm going to touch up on that a little bit later in this show. But the thing I really wanted to focus on this afternoon is the double standards when it comes to a Canelo Alvarez and a Terrence Bud Crawford in the sport of boxing. So that's what I'm going to pop my shit on tonight. So once again, I'm going to give y'all some time and then I'm going to go in. Let me go get a drink of water, y'all. Y'all know how I do. I'll be right back. My water, man, was popping, man. Shout out to my boy Latch Puma Skills in the chat. I see you. Shout out to my boy Davy John, my guy. I see you, my brother. Appreciate you for rocking with me. Banks Law, I see you. We in here, man. We ain't going nowhere. Jam-packed show. Jam-packed show. And also, I'm going to drop the link. If y'all want to come on and rock with your boy Thriller, ask me some shit, or get your points off, it really don't matter to me. I ain't selfish at all. You know, I can sit back and listen and soak up game from y'all too. Just FYI. But I'm going to pop my shit real quick when it comes to the double standards in the sport of boxing, because I'm just sick and tired of it. You understand what I'm saying? You say you can't hear me, bro? Hold on. Let me make sure my shit right. Hold on. Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Yo. Can you hear me? Let me make sure my shit right, man. Hold on. Make sure my shit right, man. Hold on. Okay, bet. I appreciate that. Y'all got to keep me on my shit, man. But let's get right to it. It's been enough waiting. I don't want to hold y'all for too long. You know, let's talk about Canelo Alvarez, because everybody knows Canelo is on a mission to become undisputed at 168, right? And there's only one belt left to capture. And who holds that title? That will be Caleb Plant, right? So there's already the anti-Canelo haters, you know, the anti-Canelo fans that's saying that, oh, well, Caleb Plant is justified for asking for $10 million plus upside on the back end of pay-per-views because he's seen what Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith made and he felt like they were shortchanged. You know, I pretty much spoke up on this shit in my last live video I did, I believe, last week. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. If you haven't done so, just go check that out and make sure you hit that like button and drop a comment below. But sticking to the point, would you believe me if I were to tell you guys that these dudes are trying to tell Canelo Alvarez he should acquiesce to whatever demands that Caleb Plant has when it comes to money, picking a venue, picking a ring size, gloves, you understand, purse splits, pay-per-view shares, and shit like that, when Caleb Plant ain't done a motherfucking thing in the sport of boxing. You understand what I'm saying? And I just don't understand, because these are the same select few of individuals who would swear up and down that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, they would swear up and down that Errol Spence is this big fucking draw He's doing 1 million plus pay-per-view buys. Terrence Crawford should just acquiesce and do it whatever the fuck Errol Spence want him to do. Take whatever Errol Spence will give you. You understand what I'm saying? Even though Terrence Bud Crawford is far more accomplished than a Caleb Plant, has done way more in the sport of boxing than a Caleb Plant. Hell, Caleb Plant ain't even been on pay-per-view yet, y'all. This man ain't even been on pay-per-view. And who the fuck is he to say he want $10 million? That ain't no different than him trying to make demands with a Manny Pacquiao or a Floyd Money Mayweather. Because once again, I've said it before and I say it again. Canelo Alvarez is the biggest draw next to Anthony Joshua in the sport of boxing. So again, who in the hell is Caleb Plant or these other select individuals on YouTube to tell Canelo what he should or shouldn't do? Because, oh, well, Caleb Plant has all of the leverage. He has the last belt. Well, isn't that the case? Or can't we make that same case for Terrence Bud Crawford? I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. Because having your boy E Thriller been saying that from day one, saying that, hey, eventually Earl is going to have to see Bud and his demands, because if he really wants to become undisputed, there ain't no way around it unless Bud were to vacate that title or drop, you understand what I'm saying, or lose to somebody before he faces an Errol Spence. So I'm just sitting up here trying to figure out exactly how in the fuck is that fair? I mean, you guys are so fucking consistent with being inconsistent, and it just doesn't make sense to me. But hold on, David John, you said drop the mic. It's cool. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Let me know in the chat. Drop a comment below, because I don't want to be rambling and y'all can't hear me. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if I sound good. But anyway, I'm just trying to figure out, why are you guys so consistent with being inconsistent? Because isn't Canelo the bigger draw? Isn't Canelo the bigger draw? I appreciate that last Puma Skills. Isn't Canelo the bigger draw? Isn't Canelo a household name? Isn't Canelo doing all the pay-per-view numbers? Isn't Canelo sending motherfuckers to sleep experts left and right, regardless of whether we like his competition or not? Because I am one. I've said it before and I say it again. I'm a Canelo fan, but he is not above reproach on my channel, just like anybody else. You understand? I'm not a fucking fanboy. I am a fan of boxing. So please don't get me misconstrued. Please don't think I'm coming on here capping for Canelo, because he is not absolved from certain shit. You know, I'm just calling a spade on my channel. That's it. I'm just trying to be fair. So if we are basing this off those people logic around the YouTube community, whether that's on Facebook groups, whether that's on Instagram groups, whether that's on Twitter and beyond, right? If we are basing it off of the bullshit that they've been saying about Errol Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford, then why wouldn't that apply to Canelo versus Caleb Plant? I will wait. I got time, y'all. Somebody please help that make sense. Drop a comment below and let me know if I'm tripping. Because the last time I checked, ain't nobody coming to see Caleb Plant fight. Motherfuckers don't know who Caleb Plant is unless you are diehard, pardon me, boxing fans such as myself and the people that follow my channel. You understand what I'm saying? But outside of that, the average casual, average Joe ain't gonna know no fucking Caleb Plant. And to make matters worse, Caleb Plant, biggest payday, y'all. And I really don't like talking about people money, but sometimes you just got to, because you got to make your points. Caleb Plant, biggest payday, I hope y'all sitting down for this, was $750,000. So once again, who in the fuck is he? And what leg does he have to stand on when it comes to making demands just because you got one fucking belt and Canelo has 3? Make that make sense. Please make that make sense, y'all. Because I'm not understanding. Because can't we use that same argument when it comes to Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford, right? That's what y'all like to use. But whenever it comes to Canelo, a guy that y'all don't necessarily like, why? I don't know. Maybe it's some race baiting shit. Maybe it's some race. I don't know. I'm not racist. I support white fighters, black fighters, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Dominican. It really don't matter to me. If I like your style and I like the way that you move, I'm a rock with you. Hell, just now thinking about it as I'm talking, 2 of my favorite top 5 fighters in the sport are Hispanic. I love Canelo. I love David Benavidez. He is slowly creeping up to my number one spot because he reminds me of the Terminator. He just keep going and going and going and coming forward. You understand what I'm saying? The motherfucker seem indestructible. But sticking to the point, Thriller, I'm just trying to figure out, why is there so much hypocrisy? But then on the flip side, whenever it comes to Terrence Bud Crawford, y'all want him to settle, but y'all don't want Caleb Plant to settle for whatever Canelo can give him. When Canelo is the obvious A-side to anybody in the middleweight division below. You understand what I'm saying? How does that make sense? I'm just trying to figure out. You understand what I'm saying? But let me get to the chat, man. Let me see what y'all saying, because I got questions and I need answers. So let me start from the top. Let me address y'all. Banks Law. Okay. It's good now. All right, my mic chilling. Appreciate that. All right, okay. So Davy John said that was a good point. I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate it. Banks Law said facts. Low key T for life said Canelo is a cheater. F him. I feel you. Hey, I've said that to many people on many occasions, which is why I don't have him number one pound for pound over Terrence Bud Crawford, because he has been busted with the cheating shit. I get it. I understand it. Hey, if you don't want to put Canelo in your top whatever pound for pound list you got going on, I'm not going to argue with you. All I'm saying is, when it comes to this money shit and this A-side and B-side shit that everybody love to talk nowadays in the sport of boxing, then we have to keep it a buck no matter who we like or dislike. You know, whether you think the man is a cherry picker or not, the facts are the facts. He is still the biggest draw in the sport. He has 3 titles. Caleb Plant only has 1. Caleb Plant has never even done a fucking pay-per-view, for Christ's sakes. Caleb Plant can't even sell out his fucking living room, let alone a fucking AT&T stadium like Canelo just did with Billy Joe. So you mean to sit here and tell me that this man has pull just because he got a 4th strap? In what world? In what world? So if that's the case, I'm saying, okay, if that's the case, low-key T for life, if that's the case, my brother, then keep that same energy for Terrence Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence. That's all I'm saying. We got to be consistent. You know, it is what it is, because Bud got that last strap too. But I don't hear nobody capping or campaigning for Bud to get 50-50 just because he got that 4th and final strap. You know, if EJ were to go get that 3rd strap from Ugas, that WBA strap, right, that he got from Manny, because Manny is a champion in recess, because he wanted to all of a sudden do exhibitions and shit against UFC fighters, or possibly what's his name, Ryan Kardashian. Oops, I meant Garcia. You understand what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna speak on that. I'm gonna leave Manny alone tonight because I'm in a good mood. Let me get back to the chat though. Banks Law said Plant nice though with them hands. I'm not taking nothing away from Plant. I never said he wasn't talented. I never said he didn't have the tools to beat a Canelo. I believe the only thing I said, Banks Law, was I just don't know how he's going to perform under the bright lights. I don't know if he can take a punch, and I don't know if he has enough of a punch to keep Canelo off of him. That's all I've ever said. And then, of course, this money issue, because I feel like he is in no position to make demands with fucking Canelo Alvarez when you got a line full of fighters, a list full of fighters, meaning Earl Spence Jr., you know, Jamal Charlo, Jermell, I'm pretty sure, wants to fight Canelo. Demetrius Andre wants to fight Canelo, right? Triple G wants a trilogy with Canelo, okay? And then you got Caleb Plant. That's what, 5 or 6 fighters right there off the top of my head that want a shot at the cash cow. So why are you playing around with this fucking opportunity? Because let's just say you beat Canelo. Then guess what? Do I have to say it for y'all? Caleb Plant would be the biggest star in boxing. Caleb Plant will also call all of the shots moving forward. And if there were a rematch clause in the contract, then guess what? Guess who get to dictate all the fucking terms? I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. So to me, 750,000 going from that to 10 million or to 9 or 8 million, that ain't bad. Now I know he got to pay taxes. I know he got to break his team off with some chochos. I understand it. I get it. He only gonna come back with maybe half of that, if that. But it's still a hell of a lot better than not fighting Canelo at all. Wouldn't y'all agree with that? Wouldn't y'all agree with that? I mean, why? Why run the risk of not fighting a Canelo, making a career-changing payday, right? And then you run the risk of losing to a bum or somebody else that may not even be on your level. Or let's just say you fight a David Benavidez who doesn't have a belt right now. You lose to him and you're not even going to get near the amount of money that you would have gotten if you were to fight Canelo. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But let me get back to this chat, man. Hold on. Let me see. He said, you love a cherry picking cheater. Already, man. Hey, if that's what you want to call it, my brother. Hey, I get on Canelo all the time. Just go back and do your research. I made a video talking about that Yildirim fight. I'm sick of seeing these lopsided ass matchups. Hey, Canelo ain't above reproach for me. Just because I'm a fan of him don't mean I'm a fan boy. That's the difference, my brother. He said, oh, okay, I thought you said he was your best. My bad. No, hell no. Terrence Bud Crawford is the number one pound for pound king to me. Wake me up when Canelo becomes undisputed. You understand what I'm saying? Because Bud has been there and done that. He is on his second undisputed run chase at the moment. You know, if Earl Spence stopped bullshit. But it is what it is. Mayweather whoops Canelo again, bro, today. I agree. And I'll take it a step further. I feel like Floyd, if he really wanted to, if he were to get back into the gym, which I know he would, because when has he ever not? If Floyd really wanted to make a run at these guys and wanted to come back and dominate the welterweight division or the junior middleweight division, y'all, I believe wholeheartedly that Floyd can still do it. I don't think nobody in today's game would beat Floyd. Still. Maybe I'm being biased because I'm just going to preface my comment by saying this, y'all. Floyd is my second favorite fighter of all time behind Bernard Hopkins. But I don't think age really matters with Floyd Mayweather because the man is in tip-top shape year-round. When have you guys ever seen Floyd with a beer belly? When have you ever seen Floyd not looking like a fighter? When have y'all ever seen Floyd not looking like he's in tip-top shape? I've never seen it before. I mean, if y'all seen it, please drop a link in the chat and show me, and I'll pull the shit up on the stream right now. But I've never seen it, bro. I've never seen it. Bud beat Spence. Facts. I agree with that. And I'm not going to get into my breakdown of that fight or how I think it may or may not go until the fight actually happens. So, just be on the lookout for that, my brother. He said all these boxers are running and ducking. Facts. And I've made several videos on that. Did you see the video I made on Manny Pacquiao low-key? I think he's the worst one right now because he is the OG in the game. And he knows everybody outside of Canelo wants to fight him, right? And he's been simultaneously holding up 3 fucking weight divisions because everybody trying to wait to see who is Manny going to pick because it's like fighting a fucking or winning a lottery ticket, for Christ's sakes. Similar to Canelo Alvarez and the Floyd Mayweather. I got a 2-part series on Manny Pacquiao being the biggest joke in the sport of boxing. And oh my God, the flack that I caught for that shit. You understand what I'm saying? I lost subs. I had racist ass comments all on my shit. And I'm a fan of Manny Pacquiao, but I am more of a fan of telling the fucking truth. And I can live with that at the end of the day, my brother. I can live with that. Shout out to Samuel in the chat. He said, Plant has no power. That remains to be seen. I've been doing my homework on him. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I've watched every single Caleb Plant fight. I would be capping if I were to do that. But I have been watching his last, 3 or 4 fights over the last week and a half. And so far, I like what I see. But it still remains to be seen how he will look against a veteran like Canelo Alvarez. Can he take his punch? Will he be able to stave off Canelo? Will he be able to keep him at bay with a jab? These are all very important questions we have to ask ourselves as boxing fans whenever we're talking about a guy like Sweet Hands, who I give credit to. I didn't say he don't have skill, but we all have to ask these questions when you're going up against the best in Canelo Alvarez, who was one of the best, in most people's eyes. Banks Law said Bud is the most viewed combat sporting event athlete, which is a big difference from Plant. And they tripping on Bud. Facts. And that's another thing I don't understand. For all these YouTube channels that come on here and be dissing Bud and why, I don't know. But they seem to have, their best content is on Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford moves the needle. But let them tell it, he can't sell shit. Don't nobody know him. Earl Spence is the bigger draw. Earl Spence done all the heavy lifting. Like, give me a fucking break. Don't make me fart. Please don't make me fart. But it is what it is. Samuel said Canelo walks through him. A lot of people been saying that, bro, but I would still love to see it. I would still love to see it because at the end of the day, I'm not here to protect Canelo or Caleb Plant or David Benavidez, the Charlo brothers, Demetrius Andrade. I want to see how all their styles match up against each other. You understand what I'm saying? I am far beyond, rather, of this whole notion of everybody got to be fluid. Everybody got to go undefeated just to be great. Everybody got to, pick and choose and take calculated risk, the low risk, high reward fights. I'm so beyond that shit, y'all. As a boxing fan, I don't know what to do. I mean, last night, I was just watching this fight last night, y'all, and it was such a chess match. And it was a 50-50 fight because didn't nobody know who was going to win. And I think y'all know who or what fight I'm alluding to. I'm talking about Andre Ward versus Kovalev, Sergey Kovalev, right? Because this was when Kovalev was the fucking boogeyman in boxing. I mean, he beat the hell out of my favorite boxer in Bernard Hopkins. He was sleeping everybody left and right with that strong right hand, popping jab to the midsection and up top. Andre Ward had to really go in there and dig down deep, show a lot of grit, heart, determination to get those wins over Kovalev, man. This was when Kovalev was no fucking joke. But I say all of that to say that's what the sport of boxing is supposed to be about, the best going up against the best. I mean, outside of Canelo and Triple G, when was the last time we got a fight of that magnitude? Maybe Fury and Wilder, I guess. And we going to get into that later on in this live. You understand what I'm saying? But back to the chat I go. Wilder is the only boxer not ducking. Okay. I don't think it's I like Deontay Wilder, bro. And I also would like to say I don't like the shit that he said about Mark Breland and making the excuses about the costume and all that type of shit, right? But I'm still a fan of him. I just wasn't a fan of what he did or said after he faced adversity. Because my thing is this. I don't think it's in Deontay Wilder DNA to duck anybody, honestly. I don't think so. He moves like a fighter. You understand what I'm saying? So hopefully that trilogy goes down, but I'm going to get into that, bro. I'm going to get into that. Banks Law said Ugas didn't even get the backlash that Bud got when they said he wanted 50-50. Facts. Where is that? And I don't know how many times, y'all. Let me get some water real quick. Hold on. That's a hell of a point, Banks Law, because I don't know how many times I've asked on this channel, where's the belittlement, if that's even a word, of Ugas' resume? Where's the 60-40, the 70-30, or 80-20? Fuck it. Whatever we give him talk from Errol Spence. I haven't heard anything about Ugas versus Errol Spence because everybody keep telling me the fight is done behind the scenes, right? And I got a clip I'm about to play for y'all talking about this shit because I also call bullshit on this shit. And a lot of people, was trying to drag my name through the mud, saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Thriller, but Errol will never fight Manny without a strap. Bullshit. As a matter of fact, let me pull this clip up because I want you guys to see it because y'all know me. I like to come with receipts. You understand what I'm saying? Coupons and shit like that. So hold on. Where is it? Hold on. I gotta find this video, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right. Where is it? So here we go. All right, so let me add this to the stream. All right, bet. All right, let's rock. All right, this is Errol Spence, y'all. Check what he said, and this is his most recent interview to date, as far as I know. Roll that shit, Thriller.
They're throwing a couple different things out as far as what might happen next for you. Do you have any more insight on if there's going to be anything in the summertime?
Oh, yeah, I'm fighting July. Right now, it's looking like Ugas.
Okay.
He got the VA title. So
I saw he was next to get a shot.
Yeah, so it might be Ugas or they said something about Manny Pacquiao. So
okay, that's kind of what I was alluding to. I've seen that kind of sprinkled out there, but I also saw that Ugas was next up, so I didn't know there was going to.
Did y'all hear what he said, y'all? He said Manny Pacquiao. They talking about Manny Pacquiao. Now, you had a lot of people on YouTube that's been saying, well, I don't know why Terrence Crawford is going after Manny. He doesn't have a belt. This does nothing for his career. Errol Spence would never do that. But you just clearly heard Errol Spence say Ugas fight is up there. You know, understand what I'm saying? And then also Manny Pacquiao. So we'll just basically have to wait and see. And if you didn't hear it, let me rewind this shit. Let me rewind it because this is coming from him, not me. I ain't making none of this shit up, right? All right, here we go.
Might happen next for you. Do you have any more insight on if there's going to be anything in the summertime?
Oh, yeah, I'm fighting July. Right now, it's looking like Ugas.
Okay.
He got the WBA title. So
I saw he was next to get a shot.
Yeah, so it might be Ugas or they said something about Manny Pacquiao. So
okay, that's kind of what I was alluding to. I've seen that kind of sprinkled out there, but I also saw that Ugas was next up, so I didn't know if there was going to be some kind of surprise or whatever. But I guess we'll see. It'll probably be a surprise to you too, I guess.
They said something about that. So
one of the crazy.
So it sounds like, and that's coming from Errol Spence, y'all. That shit not coming from me, but it sounds like to me that there's a possibility if Manny Pacquiao is able and willing to step in the ring with Errol Spence Jr., that fight can possibly be made. Now, I don't know if that fight is going to happen before Ugas fight, and hell, I don't know if that fight is going to happen after Ugas fight. But he clearly didn't say anything about fighting Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, everybody, and I honestly feel like this, y'all. Everybody, there's a lot of people besides myself. There's only a very few, shout out to all the real unbiased boxing channels out there, man, that just keep this shit real, keep it real. They should just call a spade, just like your boy E Thriller, right? But there's a lot of channels that owe Terrence Bud Crawford an apology. They owe him an apology because they just dragged him. Oh, they didn't want the fight to happen with Manny. Oh, he'll never get a Manny fight. Oh, Earl will never fight Manny. He was only trying to fight Manny because he had a WBA strap. It's strap season, not cap season. It's man down. You understand what I'm saying? They said all this bullshit when they man, is this your man's? They man just said out of his own mouth, hey, Manny is a possibility. Manny is a possibility. So again, we got to wait and see how this shit shakes out because in the sport of boxing, anything could change from day to day. Anything could change. But back to the chat I go. Shout out to my boy Latch Puma Skills. He said pay-per-view is another stage in boxing. Facts. And Caleb Plant ain't been there yet. You understand what I'm saying? In the words of The Rock, know your role and shut your mouth. Take what they can give you. He also said Canelo needs to fight Benavidez. Facts. I would love to see that fight, y'all. I would love it because I feel like David ain't gonna come in and back down. David is gonna walk straight to Canelo, try to put him on his back foot with that jab and throwing punches and bunches. Now, it remains to be seen if David Benavidez has enough defense to beat a Canelo Alvarez. That is my only reservation because I know the man is tough as nails. And hell, I know he been rocked before, he been knocked down. Shit like that happens in the sport of boxing, y'all. Everybody knows that follows my channel. Shout out to all my new and old subs. Everybody knows that follows my channel that Bernard Hopkins is my favorite fighter. I don't know how many times I have to regurgitate this, right? But even he has been knocked down before. Hell, he got knocked out the fucking ring. And everybody knew that B-Hop had the chin. Sometimes in the sport of boxing, you get hit. It ain't nothing you could do about it. Your legs or your body just go. It just shut down. Shit happens. So we'll just have to see, man. But I would love for that fight to happen next if Canelo don't go up against Caleb Plant. That's my wish. Banks Law said, I agree. Plant need to try to get that money up and then take whatever he can get. Facts. And then let's just say if he loses to Canelo, what shame is that in losing to Canelo? Now, if he get knocked out or get beat or outclassed, then okay, I get it. He have to go back to the drawing board. But a loss isn't the end all be all in the sport of boxing. Because you got the greatest boxers that has ever laced them up, that's then got into that fucking squared circle, have lost multiple times, y'all. Been knocked out, been knocked down, had to battle adversity. You understand what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran. He lost the first fight. Guess what he did in the second fight? Came back and dusted his ass off. No mas. He made him quit. You understand what I'm saying? So, and honestly, I really don't hold it against a fighter for losing and doubling back and avenging that loss, because to me, that shows that you're a true champion. That shows that you can go back to the drawing board and figure this shit out. That's the true sign of a competitor, in my honest opinion. I don't know if you guys know this, but I love to talk basketball. Basketball is my close second favorite sport behind boxing, really. They really neck and neck, honestly. I would say they both are top. But my favorite athlete of all time, y'all, is Kobe Bean Bryant. Because the man never shied away from any adversity. When he failed, he got back up. He shot air balls, kept shooting the motherfuckers because he knew at the end of the day, he wasn't afraid to fail. You cannot be afraid to fail in life or in any competitive thing that you do. You can't be afraid. You understand what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that I revere the most about Kobe. You know, if it's a dude or people mentioning T-Mac, you know what? Guess what? I'm going to see you and I'm going to check you. If it was Vince Carter, I'm going to see you and I'm going to check you. Ray Allen, same thing. Allen Iverson, same thing. Paul Pierce, same thing. You didn't have to look for Kobe because Kobe was looking for you. But I digress on that point. Let me get back to this chat. Shout out to my boy Gino. What's popping, man? I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. He said facts. I appreciate it, my brother. I appreciate it. Low key, T4 Life said, does Canelo have a jab? You know what, bro? Honestly, I watched a lot of Canelo fights, and I can honestly say that Canelo really, he only throws a jab whenever he's trying to cover distance, like meaning if he see you kind of backing up, he'll throw that quick little 1, 2, 3 flick, flick, flick jab before he loads up with that right hand, which can either come over the top or at the body. And that's what he was catching Billy Joe with practically all night long. So whenever you go back and watch his fights, bro, check that out. He'll kind of like flick, flick to try to gauge the distance. And then he's either going to throw that right looping hand over the top or he's going to throw it at your body, bro. But outside of that, not really, not in my opinion. I mean, it's a strong jab. It's a solid jab, but is it the best jab in boxing? No, I don't think so. Shout out to my boy Lee Cannon. Where you been at, man? What up, family? What up, boy? How you doing, man? Appreciate you for rocking with me. Banks Law said they even pumping Ugas up like the second coming exactly. I mean, everybody that faces Errol Spence is a fucking Hall of Famer. Don't you get it, Banks? Don't you get it? Every single body that he fights, Chris Algieri, you know, Lamont Peterson, Sean Porter, you know, Mikey Garcia, Danny Backwoods Garcia, because he gets smoked every fucking time he step up to fight some legitimate competition. Everybody that Errol Spence has fought is a Hall of Famer. Don't you get it, Banks? Don't you fucking get it? You understand what I'm saying? How dare you speak ill of Errol Spence Jr.? But it is what it is. Lash Puma Skills said PBC is boxing Crawford out like basketball. Man, that is a big fucking fact, man. And at this point, man, what is Bud gonna do? What is he gonna do? Because I've been patient long enough, man. I know I said in the past I didn't want to see him fight a tomato can. I ain't trying to see no Josecito Lopez. But goddamn, I ain't trying to see him come back in September, because if that's the case, then that means my favorite boxer, the #1 pound for pound king in the sport. Yeah, I said it. I ain't stutter. The #1 pound for pound king is only going to fight one time this year. That's not enough for me. That's not enough. So I don't know what the fuck Bud and Bob and Todd DeBuff and what's his manager name? Goddamn, Bo Mack. You know, his trainer and manager. I don't know what the hell they got going on over there at Top Rank, but the shit is starting to piss me off because I'm hearing rumblings of him possibly facing Ramirez or the winner of Ramirez and Josh Taylor. And I cannot wait for that fight. Is it this weekend, y'all? If I'm not mistaken, drop a comment below and let me know if that fight is this weekend, because I need to do my homework so I can give you guys a great fucking prediction so you can win some money this weekend. I can't fucking wait, man. But let me get back to this chat. David Izell, my boy, I see you. What's up, man? How you feeling, man? I appreciate you for rocking with me. I really do. I truly do. I appreciate all my subs, man, because without y'all, I ain't shit, honestly. And honestly, y'all the reason why I do this shit. Because honestly, I ain't feel like doing this shit today because I got a lot going on. Motherfucker moving into a new house for the first time. Very blessed to say that, you know, just got a lot of shit going on right now, man. But I just had to make myself get up and do this shit. And it's because of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let me drink some water real quick, y'all. And then once I get done popping my shit, I'm going to drop the link and let y'all come on and rock and say whatever y'all got to say, whether you agree or disagree with what I've been saying in this video. Shout out to my boy Poetic, man. What's popping? He said, hey, it's official. Wilder won the arbitration. I heard that, and I was going to get to that next, my brother. We definitely going to talk about that, and I'm going to bring you on, you know, if you're still in the chat, so you can put me up on some game and tell me what you think about it. My boy Davy John, shout out to you, my brother. He said PBC been in Bud protection since Bud beat Felix Diaz, like in Moroccan drum already. He beat the shit out of him, bro. And that's why I don't understand why everybody is on this whole Sean Porter hype train saying he'll beat Bud, he'll knock Bud out, he'll give Bud fits, because really, I've seen him go up against pressure fighters before, such as a Felix Diaz, and he beat the shit out of him. Bud didn't have a problem. He doesn't have a problem with coming forward or fighting off his back foot. He is the complete boxer, period. So I don't understand why dudes be saying that shit, man, but they just want to see Bud lose. That's all. Wilder won arbitration, y'all. Yep. Tyson has to fight Wilder a third time, y'all. Yep. Lash Puma Skill said, when it comes to Bud, it's stand down. Facts. Family, you know it's cap season. I'm starting to think Earl is scared of Crawford. I've been saying that from day one. Lee. Yeah, I don't know. How can I put this? He may not be scared to actually fight the dude, but I really feel like he honestly believes that's his stiffest competition. And you know, he just want to go collect all them belts, according to him, and then face his toughest challenge next. Or last is what I should have said. So it is what it is, man. I don't know with Earl. He's just not my type of guy. He's not my type of boxer. I don't like motherfuckers that do the shit that he does or say the shit that he says. I ain't got nothing against him personally. I'm just saying, as a boxer, I don't like the way he moves. I don't like the shit that comes out of his mouth. That's what I don't like about Earl Spence, because I was once on his side when he was chasing Keith Thurman around when Keith had the fucking ponytail and didn't want to smoke. I was all for Earl getting that strap. Like, what the fuck? Why are y'all running from this dude? You know, this young buck wanted to come in and clean up the sport. I was all for it, but something has changed along the way. Once he got that strap, I mean, it is what it is, man. Earl is just, he is one of, if not the biggest cappers in the sport of boxing. It's him, Tyson Fury, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Kardashian. Oops, I meant Ryan Garcia with his punk ass talking about he dealing with mental disorders, but now all of a sudden he can fight this other dude. I mean, he didn't want to fight for Fortunia. Who is he fighting again? Y'all drop it in the chat. I forgot off the top of my head, but he's supposed to be fighting somebody, a lesser opponent, in my honest opinion. I just can't think of his name right now. Please help your boy E-Thriller out, man. Lee Cannon said Kobe wanted all the smoke. Facts, bro. Facts. I was honored enough to see that man play multiple times. One of them was a playoff game too, man. I'll never forget that day, bro. Never forget it. Poetic said, man, fuck all this Wilder won arbitration officially. It's reported. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I'm going to bring you on in just a sec so you can speak your piece. He said, yeah, it's this weekend. Bet. Yeah, I got to do my homework on Taylor and Ramirez, y'all, so I can try to figure out who the fuck I'm picking. Why? Good unbiased commentary. I appreciate that, low-key. I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate it. What's up, low-key? Okay, y'all just going back and forth. David Isaiah said, what Kenny Porter said pissing me off, acting like Bud on Sean something when he lost his position to Ortiz. See, this is my thing, and I don't know how many times I got to talk about Sean Porter with his capping ass, right? But apparently the shit not hitting home. I need y'all to make those videos, because I've made about, 4 or 5 of them talking about how Sean Porter capping, right? This is my last time talking about this shit. I saw what K. Diddy said, right? And he's basically trying to make it seem like, oh, Bud don't want the fight. Well, first of all, Sean Porter has been telling us for how long that he's been the mandatory? Couple of months, about a year now, right? He mentioned it about a year ago. Drop a comment below and let me know if I'm mistaken. But he mentioned that about a year ago, right? That ain't no different from me saying, hey, I'm fat. I got a belly. I want to wake up and go work out in the morning. But I'm never taking the precautionary or the measures to go to the fucking gym to get out of the bed to lose the weight. So Sean Porter keep telling us, hey, I want the fight. I want to do this. I want to do that. But he will not activate his right to become the mandatory challenger to a Terrence Bud Crawford. Because again, even if Bud had a fight lined up with Manny, that fight would have been put on pause because it wasn't for a unification. It wasn't a unification bout. So he would have had to face Sean Showtime Porter. But Sean Porter keep telling everybody, oh, most boxing fans don't even know what a activate clause mean. It sounds good. Like, who are you to insult our fucking intelligence, Sean? Because, I mean, he can sell this bullshit to motherfuckers that don't know shit about boxing, but not to nobody on my page, not to nobody that's in this chat, because we know what the fuck going on. You failed to exercise your right as the mandatory challenger. So why in the fuck would Bud go out of his way to try to, make something shake with you when you ain't even do your part? He told you a long time ago, all you got to do is activate your mandatory. But did Sean Porter do that? Fuck no. But he keep telling everybody how much he want to fight. That's just like me saying, and again, if I want to work out and lose weight, but I ain't doing the shit that go lose weight, like eating better, getting up in the morning, going to the gym. You understand what I'm saying? I just keep telling my trainer, hey, I want to lose weight. But I never show up to the fucking gym. Then why would he even take me serious? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, let me know if I'm tripping. Was that a good enough analogy, y'all? Because he keep telling us what he want to do, but he ain't fucking doing it. He ain't doing it. So who knows who Sean Porter going to fight in July? Who knows? Lee Cannon said, what you think about Roy Jones not putting Errol Spence Jr. on his pound for pound list? Yeah, I think that was my last live, Lee Cannon. If you haven't done so, go back and watch it, bro. But I basically said that Roy Jones is entitled to his opinion because he's Roy Jones. Who am I to disagree with Roy Jones? Now, he doesn't have to be right. I didn't say he was right about it. I'm just saying, why is everybody so sensitive? Why is everybody so sensitive when it comes to Errol Spence? I've been trying to figure that out for I don't know how long. Like, Roy Jones is the pound for pound king of all time, in my fucking opinion. He paid the cost to be the boss. He has the credentials. We all know he has the boxing knowledge, from when he called fights and shit like that when he was on HBO. So I would think Roy Jones knows what the fuck he talking about. And I don't think he went out of his way to be critical or negative when it came to Errol Spence. But hey, the reporter asked him the question. He gave an honest answer. David Isaiah said, I like Sean already exposed the PBC tactic. Now Kenny trying to spread lies. Facts. He fighting Oscar in a dress. Yeah, man. Oscar wild, bro. And Bud said, all Porter have to do is call the WBO. That is another fact, my brother. And let me go ahead and drop this link in the chat. If somebody want to come on the rock with your boy E Thriller, man. Get on down. Speak your piece. There you go. But yeah, as far as this Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder shit, let me pull this up real quick for y'all. Man, ain't it crazy how the sport of boxing just changed within fucking a day or so? Because they just announced the fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury was going to happen on August 14th, which is my son's birthday, just FYI. So I was looking forward to the shit, and then all of a sudden, out the blue, here comes the arbitration ruling. And now Deontay Wilder, it appears like he is going to be facing Tyson Fury for a third time, y'all. So let me know if y'all can see this shit. Y'all drop something in the chat. Let me know if y'all can see this shit. But basically, coming from Chris Mannix, he said an arbitrator in Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder dispute has ruled in favor of the Bronze Bomber. Has confirmed. Wilder claimed that he was contractually owed a third fight. Tyson Fury believed that the contract had expired. It's unclear what this means for Fury Joshua, which has been penciled in for August 14th. It's boxing. You can't make people fight, but Fury can be sued for breach of contract if he moved ahead with the AJ fight and or have his WBC title stripped. Lots of moving parts. Wow. So basically, man, it sounds like shit. It kind of sounds like Tyson Fury ain't got no choice. He pretty much backed into a corner. You understand what I'm saying? He either got to fight him or he can lose his belt and get sued at the same time. So if you're looking at this from a financial perspective and as a competitor, why not just go ahead and fight Deontay Wilder? Because you kicked his ass in the second fight. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people felt like you won the first fight. Now, me personally, I feel like you was winning the fight, But Deontay Wilder caught you with that fucking 3-piece combination and knocked you the fuck out. And the ref had a long fucking, 13 to 14 count? That's my personal opinion. All y'all got to do is go back and watch the fight. I'm not pro Wilder. I'm not anti-Fury. I'm just calling it like I see it. But in the second fight, Tyson Fury beat the shit out of him. I mean, it is what it is. Deontay Wilder had an off night. Now, one thing I will say is this. As I sip some water. I don't want to hear no fucking excuses when it comes from Deontay Wilder after this trilogy. I don't want to see this motherfucker coming to the ring with no costume, no hat, no sun, no shades. You understand? No chains, bracelets, nothing. Because for him to come out and say that, oh, his suit was too heavy and the costume and, I didn't feel right. My legs were like, I ain't trying to hear none of that no more, bro. This is the trilogy. He need to do whatever the fuck he got to do to get ready because this man licked blood off of your neck, your own blood off of your neck. So it's time to get some get back, man. I am very interested in this fight. I wasn't opposed to the AJ versus Fury, but I felt like Wilder and Fury had unfinished business. So as a competitor, you got to make this shit happen. You just got to make this shit happen. But let me get back to the chat. Ever since Floyd left boxing, fell apart. That's a fact. That's a fact, But some would say that Floyd is, some of the reason why boxing is what it is today because he paid the cost to be the boss, but all these dudes want to act like they Floyd, but they ain't put in the work to do what Floyd did. So it is what it is, man. But I dropped the let me drop the link again. Let me see if somebody else want to come on with me. If not, then I'm gonna head on out and enjoy the rest of my night. That's my take on the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury shit, man. But Deontay Wilder, he been training with Malik Scott. Look like he been doing combinations and shit like that. So hopefully, man, this man is gonna come back and look like a better boxer. It remains to be seen, though. Davy John said he better come to the ring in just gloves, trunks, shoes. Forget that carry him into the ring. Facts. I ain't trying to hear it, my brother. I'm not trying to hear no more excuses when it comes to Deontay Wilder. But the build-up for that fight is going to be incredible. Tyson Fury is going to pop a lot of shit. I'm pretty sure Deontay Wilder, who has been very silent as of late, is going to be popping this shit at the presser. So, it remains to be seen what's going to happen, man. We just have to wait and see. Tyson Fury come on every other day with an interview, so I want to hear what he got to say. Where the fuck is Tyson Fury now? Because he just came out yesterday and said, oh, the fight is on with Anthony Joshua. I'm going to crush his face and all this type of shit, right? And less than 24 hours, he got to fight Wilder again. But it is what it is, man. But if ain't nobody going to come on and rap with your boy, Thriller, I'm about to head on out, man. I appreciate everybody for watching this video. I appreciate everybody in the chat. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button, sub to my channel so you can be notified each and every time I go live or upload a video. Till next time, be blessed. I'm gone. Well, wait a minute. Somebody just, okay, hold on. I ain't gonna leave no comments out. Shout out to my boy Gilbert Alonzo. He said, boxing fell apart since Floyd left. Hell, someone tell all the boxing channels that have popped up in the last 3 years on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, man. It's a tricky situation because everybody want to be Mayweather, but they ain't did what Floyd did. Shout out to Resurrected Soul. What's up, you Thriller? What's up, boy? I appreciate you for tuning in, man. I dropped the link in the chat. If somebody still want to come on, just click on it, bro. Y'all come on and speak y'all piece. Yeah, Resurrected Soul. I've been on for about 48 minutes now, bro. If you want to come on and speak your piece on the on Canelo or Caleb Plant or Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, click on that link, bro. The floor is yours. He said, I'm looking forward to Wilder and Fury Part 3. Facts. It's a lot of unfinished business, man. A lot of bad blood. Deontay Wilder looking good in the gym, man. He definitely looks in shape. I still don't know how he's going to look if, Tyson Fury comes out and employs that same fucking strategy he had in the second fight, meaning coming forward and just mauling a Deontay Wilder. I want to see how Wilder fights off his back foot. Will he be able to slip the punches? Will he be able to land that body shots, jab to the body? Because let's be honest, Tyson Fury is not invincible, y'all. His body is there for the taking. If anybody can just step in there and get on the inside and hit his body, he can be hit. I'm glad Crawford moved on from PBC. Is obviously being frozen out. That is a fact. That is a cold, hard fact, but let the other motherfuckers tell it. Everything Bud and Bob's fault. Bud don't want to fight nobody. Bud don't want to take risks. Bud is scared of everybody. He don't want to step up in competition. That's what some say. Not me, though. Canelo and Floyd aren't comparable. Floyd cleaned out 130 and fought every number one contender, while Canelo is in the catchweight king. Yep, that's a hell of a point. I ain't about to argue with you on that, bro. But when I compare Canelo to Floyd, I mean in terms of star power. He has had some of the biggest fights in the sport because, of course, he fought Floyd. He fought Triple G twice, so you got to give a man his credit at some point. I mean, you ain't got to love Canelo, but you can at least give him a little respect. Just a little respect is all I'm saying, because he's still doing a hell of a lot more than all these other boxers at 135, 140, and 147, obviously, are doing. Resurrect the Soul said he wants Ramirez, Ortiz, Garcia in that order. Yeah, I heard that. I watched some of that video. Shout out to Bernie the Boxer. Honestly, I have no interest in him fighting Mikey Garcia at all, other than knocking Mikey out. I just don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see that fight. Mikey doesn't have a belt. I don't like it. I don't like it, bro. And this is coming from a Bud fan. Bud is my favorite boxer, but I don't like that. I don't like it. Wilder sharpening up. He is gaining skill. Fishy how Fury suddenly became a KO artist at Wilder 2. Yeah, a lot of people been saying that, bro. He came in, 270, 280 something pounds? You understand what I'm saying? And Deontay only, 220? I mean, there's a reason for weight classes, goddammit. So he was just laying on him and mauling the motherfucker all night long. Let's see. Resurrect the Soul said, I would hate for Crawford to stay at top rank, considering they really make fans question Crawford's manhood with all them putting him on blast and lying on him. Yep, that's the narrative, man. Terrence Bud Crawford don't want to fight nobody. Errol Spence is doing all the heavy lifting. Errol Spence has fought all the top-notch competition. Let's just disregard everything Bud did at 135, 140, and 147. Let's just disregard all of that. And let's just focus on, what Errol Spence has done, which he really ain't done shit because he's been in the welterweight division this entire time and he only has 2 belts. He only has 2 fucking belts, y'all. So wake me up when Errol Spence becomes undisputed. And then maybe we can have a conversation about this heavy lifting and him fighting a better competition. I want to see him in there with Bud. That's me personally. Get some water, y'all. Give me one sec. Samuel said, Canelo knocks these dudes out. They are starstruck in the ring. Facts. That's another thing. I don't understand why they be kissing Canelo's ass. Like Demetrius Andre showed up to his press conference kissing his ass, say, oh, I'm a fan of you. Fuck all that. I'm here to fight you. And if I really feel like you ducked me at 154 and at 160, then why the fuck would I greet you with a compliment? Like, who does that? That's some passive aggressive shit. And I just didn't like his comebacks. I didn't like him. He need to learn how to talk shit, because if Canelo was saying, oh, you a horrible fighter, you ain't fought nobody, I'll be like, well, who the fuck has Yildirim fought? You understand what I'm saying? Or Rocky Fielding, But I guess he just ain't quick with his words, man. Dude just ain't got no swag. Like most of these, honestly, black boxers ain't got no fucking swag. I mean, the only one that has swag, and I hope you're sitting down for this, is Adrian Broner, but he can't fight for shit because he won't stay disciplined. He won't stay out of trouble. He can't stay focused. But just imagine if Adrian Broner had the hard work and dedication of a Terrence Bud Crawford and skills with his fucking mouthpiece and star ability. Oh my God. Oh my God. He would literally be the one of, if not the biggest stars in boxing. Because whether you love Adrian Broner or not, you're going to pay to see him lose. You're going to watch him to see him get his ass kicked the majority of the time. And if you're a fan of him, then of course you're going to pay to see him win. But most of these dudes like Andre, the Charlos, hell, even Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, these dudes are corny. They ain't got no flavor. They ain't got no sauce. You know, they don't know how to pop they shit like Mayweather. You understand what I'm saying? Or like Broner. They gonna give you sound bites in every fucking presser, every fucking interview. You know, and I laugh at Floyd, I don't know how many times, y'all, because it seems like his shit is just scripted as far as his interviews, because he say the same shit, but it's so funny to me because Floyd never answers a question directly. Please, somebody drop a comment below and let me know if I'm tripping. But I just sit up there and laugh. You can ask Floyd about, hey, what color is the sky? Floyd gonna say, well, Mayweather Promotions is not only the past and present, but the future of boxing, but not only boxing, but sports and entertainment. That's some shit. I'm like, Floyd, I didn't ask you that, my brother. I just simply asked you what color was the sky. That's it. But Floyd would never answer shit, y'all. He never answers nothing. But let me get back to the chat. Supposedly, purse is 75 mil each for Fury and AJ. Fury can pay Wilder step aside money. Maybe 10 mil in winner faces Wilder. But don't they got a rematch clause, bro? AJ and Tyson Fury? I thought they had a 2-fight deal. I don't know. That's why I really ain't did a lot of videos, excuse me, y'all, on that fight, because it's just so much uncertainty. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on. Because one day you have Eddie Hearn saying the fight gonna get done. And then within 30 minutes, Bob Arum comes out. Oh, the fight is not going to happen. We don't have investors. Frank Warren come out and say, well, shit, you know, Tyson Fury won't sign the contract. But then Eddie Hearn to double back and say, well, the contract has been signed. Everything has been agreed to. The fight is on. So it's like, it's just so much going on. I don't know how to decipher through this bullshit. So instead of trying to be first or put out fake news, I'm just going to wait until the shit is official. But then again, here comes another curveball for you baseball fans that follow my channel. You understand what I'm saying? And now, apparently, maybe, just maybe, Wilder versus Fury 3. I don't know, Gilbert. I don't know, bro. Samuel said, Crawford is so good, everyone who is in Spence is a cherry pick. Facts. Resurrected Soul said, if he wins, Mexican fans support, he can gain popularity. That would be a good move. Although I can't stand to give him credit for lightweight Mikey either. Yeah, that's a good point. Spence bully southpaw tactics won't work on Bud. I agree. I think Bud gonna give him looks and different angles he ain't seen before. And I think the fact that Terrence Bud Crawford is a natural southpaw as well as an orthodox fighter, that's going to pose a lot of issues rather for Errol Spence, you know, and that's going to nullify that jab to a certain degree, because to me that's his best weapon is his jab and then his punches to the body. Outside of that, what great does Errol Spence really do? You know, besides that, he just doesn't knock my socks off. I'm not saying he's not a good fighter, but he just doesn't wow me. He doesn't wow me, honestly. That's my personal opinion. Right. Spence has been at 147 and his heavy lifting is only beating a lightweight and a couple of gatekeepers in Porter and Dag. Give me a break. Yep. Don't make me fart. Please don't make me fart. And I love to pass gas, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. But please don't mention Danny Garcia's name. Please don't mention Sean Showtime Porter, because there was one point in time before the Errol Spence fight happened, before he gave Errol Spence a run for his fucking money. There was a point in time where people were calling Sean Porter a fucking football boxer. You know, the motherfucker come out in a 3-point stance and just bull rush you. You understand what I'm saying? He had no boxing skills whatsoever. But ever since he took Errol Spence to deep waters, got that knockdown in the 11th round, you know, still was in the fight, still went toe-to-toe in that round. Ever since then, oh, he's the measuring stick in the welterweight division. And I just don't get it, because I don't look at Sean Porter like that. Yeah, he's fought damn near everybody at the welterweight division. Yeah, he's competitive and he gives you a good fight. He's always in shape. But at the end of the day, what big fights has he really won? I will wait. I'll wait. Spence big ass started at 154 and then moved down a weight class. Yep, they don't want to talk about that though. They don't want to talk about that. Andrade is from Rhode Island, so I can understand why the swag is missing. Okay. I don't know nobody from there, bro, so I can't really speak on that. I'm just saying he ain't the only one. He ain't the only black boxer that ain't got no sauce. I feel like the only one, hell, even Deontay Wilder. I mean, he really not too articulate. You understand what I'm saying? But he still have a little bit more sauce than these other dudes I mentioned outside of Adrian Broner. AB is the only one, honestly. I just wish he had the talent or the dedication, rather, because we all know he has the talent. I just wish he had the work ethic to go along with it. God damn, AB. Even if some of these fighters had swag, these PBC fans are so brainwashed, it wouldn't even matter. I mean, Bud been to Spence fights and even called Spence out to his face. Didn't matter. That is another fact. That is a fact. AB with skills would be the second coming to Floyd. Yep, I agree. I definitely agree, man. Because they was already comparing him to Floyd when he was moving up in the ranks. Hell, I remember on several occasions they were even saying that, you know, if him and Floyd were to fight, AB would beat Floyd. I remember those talks. Gilbert Alonzo said, I got Earl over Bud easy, but maybe I'm biased because I'm from Texas. Okay, I feel you, bro, and I respect your opinion. I respect it. It's not far-fetched that Earl can beat Bud, you know. I mean, that's why I think everybody want to see the fight, because honestly, it's a 50-50 fight because of their styles. We don't know how they're going to match up. That's why everybody want to see it. Everybody want to see it. Charlo too emotional. Facts. Both of the Charlos are emotional. Hell, Bud told Spence to take his panties off and make the fight on TMZ. Don't matter. PBC fans are brainwashed. D and lack logic. Yep, that is a fact. I remember, I think I had that on one of my clips. He was like, oh, I tell him to take his panties off and, you know, let's make that fight happen. I think that was before the Amir Khan fight, if I'm not mistaken. Lee Cannon said, facts, fam. Broner has all the physical tools, but lack mental toughness. Yep, and dedication, bro. I can't say he lacks heart, because I do think Broner has heart. I just think I don't want to make excuses for the dude, but I think he'd been through some fucked up shit. And I don't know, man. I'm praying for him. I always root for him and pull for him, no matter how many times he pisses me off or lets me down. I'm always root for AB. But I would be lying to y'all if I were to say I'm not disappointed in him, you know? So, but yeah, man, if he had the work ethic, man, he'll be one of, if not the biggest stars in boxing. That's a fucking fact. He does do that. Okay. Wilder already won the arbitration. All credible sources say there will be no undisputed, yet there will be Wilder Fury 3 coming up. Okay. I hope you're right, my brother, because people keep saying step aside money, and I don't know, bro. Hopefully Wilder don't take this shit, because I want to see the fight. And then the winner of that go up against AJ. I mean, to me, that's perfect to me, in my opinion. I ain't being biased. Just a lot of unfinished business. Yep, every time Porter exposed the hype job in Spence, fans want to turn him into Sugar Ray Leonard or something. Yep, Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Marvin Hagler. I mean, Sean Porter's all these dudes. Let them tell it. Just because he had one good fucking fight, one good outing against Earl Spence, the same Earl Spence that said he was going to make easy work out of Sean Porter. He was going to knock him out. That's what he told Bud to his face. He told Sean Porter that to his face too. Sean Porter said, bring it. But guess what happened? He knocked him down, but he never knocked him out. And then a lot of people had Sean Porter winning that fight, even with the 11th round knockdown. You know, so it is what it is. Without a doubt, but I'm always rooting for Texas fighters. I appreciate you, Gilbert, because at least you are honest. You know, it's okay to say you don't like somebody. Hell, I'll tell you who I don't like in a heartbeat. You understand what I'm saying? Don't hide it. You know, just say how you really feel. You know, you from Texas and you want to represent for the Texas fighters. I ain't got no problem with you. Bro. But yeah, man, let me drop this link again. And if somebody want to come on once again, click on that link. If not, I'm about to head out, y'all. I'm gonna do some more research on this Ramirez and Josh Taylor fight. I'm about to go watch me some fights, y'all. Because I don't know who gonna win that shit. But I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Once again, there go the link, y'all. Click on it. Come on and rock with your boy. If not, I'm about to head out. I appreciate that. Hey, man, I really appreciate that, Mr. Gilbert. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that. Young Billionaire in the chat. What up, my boy? He said, I got Taylor. Okay. I'm going to jot that down, man. Young Billionaire. Matter of fact, let me put this shit in my phone. Young Billionaire got Josh Taylor. Okay. Hold on. Let me put this shit in my phone, bro. You going to get all the bragging rights if he win. I just don't know. I just haven't watched enough fights of Josh Taylor to sit up here and say who I'm going to pick and why. So I like to do my homework before I give you guys my honest opinions. But yeah, man. Shit, if there ain't nobody gonna come on, I'm about to head on out. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. And until next time, I'm gone. Holla.